everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to September's writing vlog. So obviously I didn't do a writing vlog for August. I think I mentioned this in one of my Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs, but I took basically the entire month of August off of writing, mainly because I've just been working so hard all year long. I worked especially hard in July. I wrote like over 70,000 words of my book, and so I just really needed a break because I was feeling quite burnt out. I really just wanted to focus on other things in August and just like relax a bit. But at the end of August I ended up like really missing writing and just really feeling that tug to work on Reasons Why Not To again, and so that's what I ended up doing. So I ended up starting and doing a bit of work in August. I did a little bit of like character work, put a lot of character work in my notebook over here, but when I do my character profiles before I start writing a book, the characters end up changing as I write them, or I just end up not mentioning some things, and so I thought that it was time to update them, and so I decided to put them into my computer instead, which I've never really done before. I think I might have done it like once for like an old project, so I decided to put them into my computer. So I've got character profiles going on my computer. They're not all done yet, so I still need to kind of work on that a little bit. I feel like I did more, and now I just can't remember for the life of me what I was doing in August. I did film a clip for this vlog the other day. I just hadn't actually started the vlog yet, but I basically had like an epiphany or like an idea for the ending. Okay, so it's literally past 2 a.m. I'm looking at my lipstick's a mess. I was not planning on filming, but I was sitting here and I was watching one of my old videos, you know, like I do. And there was just a moment where I was talking about like an epilogue in a book, and I was like, I don't like how things wrap up in a nice pretty bow years later. I don't like that. And I was thinking, Brittany, that's kind of how your book is ending, or like kind of how I'm planning on ending it, because while Peyton was beta reading the book, I got an idea for a new ending. And with this new ending, it's wrapping up in a perfect little bow. I didn't like that. Like, it's still gonna be wrapped up in a pretty little bow, but not in this way. So I just got this idea, this epiphany, this magical moment where everything just kind of fit into place, and I now know how I want the ending to be. Like, I actually have like a more concrete idea of how I want this ending to be, and I'm obviously not going to share it with you, but I'm just like literally done. Like, I'm sitting here for the past like 5-10 minutes just freaking out and being really excited and feeling really rejuvenated to work on this and to write this ending, and I'm just really excited, and I just wanted to kind of document me freaking out about it. I've kind of calmed down a little bit, but I'm just like, I just love these moments where it just all clicks and everything just works, and it's such a magical moment, and I can't describe it to you unless you're also a writer and have experienced this kind of feeling in this moment. And I don't know, but I'm just feeling really excited that I now have this idea and this new ending, and so I'm gonna start working on it soon. But I'm just like freaking out. Like, I'm genuinely just so happy that I figured this out, and I just sent a screenshot of my notes thing that I took of it in my phone to Peyton, so that hopefully in the morning I'll have a reply from her telling me if she thinks I'm crazy or not, because it's past 2 in the morning. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I think I am. You know, like, I don't feel like I'm delirious or anything. Like, I'm awake, so I think that it makes sense, but I don't know, you know? So I'm gonna wait to see what she says in the morning, because she's read the book and she knew my original new idea. If she likes this one, then I'm gonna go ahead with it and try to figure out how to fit it into the beat sheet, and how I want to fit it into what I've already written for the ending in draft 3 to how I want to change it for draft 4. I'm so happy right now, and I'm hoping that this euphoric feeling lasts for a little bit, because I haven't felt this excited about writing in a really long time, and I don't know how I'm supposed to fall asleep now without thinking up a million ideas and having to pull up my phone every 2 seconds to write things down. This might be an issue. Julia has finished reading the book and she's gotten her comments back to me, which is wonderful. So now I'm basically just preparing myself to start revisions, and I'm so scared and overwhelmed. I've never done revisions like this before. Typically, anytime I've gone to revise a book, I've ended up having to do like a complete overhaul rewrite of the book. I think the only time I ever did like revision type things was in Lost Girl, which was my first book. I ended up just having to like shuffle things around because I wrote the book out of order, and then I think I was like editing it, but I didn't do like actual revisions on it, I don't think. And so this is like my first time actually delving into like the revision world, and I'm a little nervous. But what I've decided is I'm gonna start with the end first. Every time I read a book, every time I get to the end, I've lost complete momentum. I have no energy left. I just don't want to write it. All I want to do is be done, and so I always really rush it, and that's just not a good thing to do, because obviously the ending is really important. And so I've decided that because this ending in particular is really rushed, because I was just so exhausted and I needed to work on Camp Nano stuff, that I'm going to start with it first. So it basically needs a complete rewrite. essentially. I mean, I am keeping big sections of it, and there are a lot of scenes that I can keep that need to just be like tweaked to fit along with what I'm doing. But while I was waiting, I think, for Peyton to give me the book back after reading it, I came up with a new ending idea and a new way to end the book, which kind of changes parts of it and it kind of bulks it up, which I'm happy about. So that's exciting. So I'm currently in the works of like re-outlining and reworking out the ending. So I've already done like brief outlining. So I have some papers here where I was trying to figure out the rest of the beats. So I'm basically rewriting or revising from the midpoint to the final image, which is 7 beats. I also did a couple of my plot diagrams that you guys have probably seen me do if you've been watching the vlogs. And then I also just did like some random brainstorming. So I've been doing some planning. And then yesterday what I did was I decided to go to draft 3, which is the most recent draft, and I reread everything from the midpoint to the end, which is not something that I've done. When I sent it off to Peyton, my plan was to read the book all the way through, and then I started to feel really like bad about the book, and I was just like, I've seen this too many times, I don't want to read this. So I just kind of skimmed the rest of it and like basically didn't look at the end. So yesterday I think was like my first time properly reading through the ending of the book, and it wasn't as bad, I guess. Like the actual like writing itself wasn't that hard to read through. It was mainly just like knowing that my pacing was completely off. And I did the math, and approximately the act 3 of draft 3 is only like 4,000 words, which isn't good. So I really need to revise that. I'm kind of scared because I don't want this book to be too big. And basically yesterday I was highlighting inside of draft 3 all the things that I can keep. So what I did was I just copied and pasted all of draft 3 into a new document for draft 4, and I just cut out the end. So I cut out the midpoint to the final image. So now I'm gonna do like a split screen type of situation where I have draft 3 on one side, draft 4 on the other. I'm just gonna retype up everything, or if it's like a huge chunk, I'll just copy and paste. So right now draft 4 only has act 1 and half of act 2 in it, and the book is at 67,968. But draft 3 has 81,571 words, and I want this book to stay at like a sweet spot of 80 to 85,000 words. So I'm getting kind of worried, but hopefully I'm not going to worry about it too much for right now, but hopefully during further revisions I can make sure I'm at the word count that I want to be. So read through the book yesterday, highlighted what I want to keep into draft 4, and I also wrote like a brief rundown of each scene from the midpoint to the end. That way as I'm outlining I can just see it in like a bullet point, so I have to keep like referring to a draft, because I do have an outline for draft 3, but I changed a lot of things as I was writing, and so it's not completely accurate. So that's what this is for. And now I'm currently just trying to write out in like brief summary form for draft 4, and then I'll type it up on my computer and bulk it up. I have a lot of things that I need to do. I have like brief tentative deadlines for myself in my planner. So currently for September I have the 21st as the day that I want to start rewriting the book, or start rewriting the end of the book. So it's currently the 9th. That gives me like 12 days, 11 days to outline the end, which I feel like I could do, possibly if I work really hard. And then I have it as finish the rewrites on the 13th of October. But I don't know how much it's going to be, and I can't even like really plan out what it's going to be because I don't know how many words it's going to be. I'm just kind of like free falling here. So I'm going to get back to it because I was working on it and then I took a break for a minute. I'm going to come back to it and try to work out. I'm currently working on the Bad Guys Close In beat, which is always a beat that I really struggle to plan out. And I know that it's really lackluster in this current draft. And I will talk to you guys later. So it is the 10th of September now. It's the next day. I didn't end up updating you guys on my writing last night, even though I did do a lot of work. But I kind of finished writing and then like I immediately took a shower, and then I wasn't going to film with like my wet hair, so I just didn't. But I'm here to update you now, and I realized that I also didn't update you guys on something in the last clip that I wanted to talk about, so we're going to do that in this clip as well. Yesterday I was doing my outline on like handwriting, because sometimes, you know, things just flow better when you're handwriting. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a science behind that, or if that's, I don't know. But I wasn't planning on doing all of it yesterday. It's not like fully done because I do want to kind of like beef it up with more details just to like make sure that it's like all good. So I do need to like type this up because I like having it on the computer and like bulk it up. So I still have more work to do, but I definitely think that I'll be done before that self-imposed deadline I had for myself, which is amazing. So I have like 8 pages of outline here. that I hand wrote, and I don't know where this came from, don't know how I did that, but I really need to make sure that this is structurally sound before I go ahead and start the rewrites. And I'm hoping not to change the outline as I'm writing, because I tend to do that a lot, but I'm hoping that what I write will be what this outline is, because I'm just tired of doing rewrites. I've rewritten this book way too many times. I don't want to do big rewrites like this anymore, so I'm hoping that this ending is the way that it's gonna go. But I'm really proud of myself for doing this. I worked really hard yesterday. I worked a lot of hours to get this done. It hurt my hand just slightly. It didn't hurt that bad actually. But I'm very excited about this. I'm feeling a lot better about this outline than I do about what is currently in the book for this section of the novel, so that makes me really happy, and I'm hoping that I can execute it properly. But the other thing I wanted to update on is I've been reading this editing book. It's called Self-Editing for Fiction Writers: How to Edit Yourself into Print. This is by Rennie Brown and Dave King. But I found this at Value Village, I think at some point last year, and I just thought I'd pick it up. You know, it seemed kind of interesting. I thought it could be helpful, and I kept meaning to pick it up before I started doing revisions, and I just never did. I remembered like last minute right before, like when I was doing all of this stuff, I think in August or something, and I was like, oh, I should pick up this book and see what it's about. And it's been really helpful so far. I'm hoping to like go through some of the things, like some of the highlights I've made, and maybe take some notes on the things that I really want to look out for, because this has helped me so much and realize that I have so many more issues than I thought that I did, which kind of hurts, but it's also really helpful because I think it's going to make my book that much better. So it's really good. So it has a bunch of different sections. I've annotated it completely. I do recommend it. I think it's pretty interesting. I got it for like a couple $2 at Value Village, so like it's good to me. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about, but this book so far has been really helpful, and I've really been enjoying it, which I'm really happy about. Today I'm gonna work on typing up the outline. It's gonna be really interesting. I'll update you guys later. Okay, so it's the 16th of September now, and I thought I would jump in and give you guys an update. And I don't even know what the last thing I talked about was. Things have been happening. Finished my outline. I went through draft 2 to find things that I could fit into the outline for scenes so I don't have to like rewrite things that I've already written and I just didn't put into draft 3. I started the rewrites yesterday, and I'm feeling okay about it so far, and I put in a word count tracker into my bullet journal, which I'm quite pleased with. Basically what I have is I have like the date, the daily word count, how much I'm actually writing each day, the rewrite total, so how many words I'm like adding to the draft, and then the total for the new draft. Yesterday I wrote 2,493 words for a rewrite total obviously of 2,493, and then my total is 70,461. So I'm gonna try to keep up with this, and I'm very excited about it. And I feel okay about the revisions I did yesterday. I actually feel quite good about them, which is shocking. I also did it like late at night, so like it could be garbage, I don't know, but I'm feeling good about it, and I'm about to sit down and start work for it today. I feel really tired. It's like I don't really want to do it, but like I should be doing it, so I don't really know, but I'm feeling okay at the moment in terms of all of this. I am gonna go because I need to actually get some work done, but I will update you guys at some point so you guys can see all my fall decor. I'm so happy about it. I've got like cute little pumpkins from Michael's. I have this cute like spooky typewriter, fall garland. I'm quite happy with this. I'll talk to you guys later.
The day that we met, I'll never forget. I knew from the moment she spoke that she was destined to be my favorite regret. And all through the years, the joy and the tears we shared as the greatest of friends. But she was destined to be my favorite regret. Well, each moment we spent, I've been almost content.
Okay, so it's now the 22nd of September, and I thought I would give you guys a little bit of an update. I don't even know when my last update was. That is a common theme in my writing vlogs, because I just never know when I've last updated. But here I am. So I've been keeping track of my writing in my bullet journal, and I've had 3 0-word days so far because I was having a bit of trouble last week with my mental health and just not wanting to do literally anything. I was in a funk for like 3 full days. So that's not fun, but I have made some progress, which is obviously great. So yeah, I don't know what my last update was, but on the 18th I got 1,729, and then on the 21st I got 3,514. That was yesterday. Yesterday I got 3,514. So that means that my total word count for draft 4 at the moment is 76,251, and my rewrite total, which is the amount of words that I've written this month that I've added to the draft, is 8,283. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I mean, obviously I wish that it was more, and it's unfortunate that it isn't, but hopefully I can get a lot more before the month ends. We still have some time. Like, look at all those days I still have to fill out. We're fine. But revising is going a little bit slower than maybe I wanted it to or expected it to, because obviously when you're revising you're trying to make it better, but I think in my head, because I'm rewriting, I was thinking that I could go as fast as when I draft, and that's just not the case because I'm on the 4th draft at this point. I'm trying to make this as good as I can. I'm trying to make this rewrite of the ending as good as I can so that I don't have to do a major rewrite on it again, because guys, let me tell you, I am tired of rewriting big portions of my novel. I am so tired of it. I'm just grateful that this draft isn't a full rewrite. It's just like the second half of the book. It's fine. Is it though? I have no idea. I'm just kind of struggling a little bit at the moment with how fast I'm going with the writing, because I would like it to go faster, but I know that I'm going slow for a reason. And also I find myself copying and pasting like a paragraph or something and then trying to rewrite it a couple of different ways and trying to like reword things and just trying to see what the best possible paragraph I could get out of it or best sentence. Like I just keep reworking it and then I just delete all the old stuff. That's also really annoying, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm working for a lot longer and not getting as many words out of it, but it's okay. I think it's hard to feel productive when you're doing revisions sometimes because you're sometimes deleting words or, you know, just reworking a whole bunch of things, and it's kind of hard to gauge how much you're actually doing. Because I know I wrote more words than that yesterday, 3,514, but I deleted a lot of it because it was just me trying to work through different sentences and whatnot. That's kind of what's going on with me. So it's now the 23rd of September and I'm about to start writing for the day. It's currently 1:32 p.m. I'm currently watching Kevin the Writer on a live. Let me show you. So we're currently sprinting and I haven't done any writing yet. We're literally like 3 minutes in or something, but I thought I would update the vlog and let you know that I'm watching a live write-in while it's live. That never happens. I never get to watch them live, and I just happened to like refresh my YouTube and it just happened to be right there. So I'm gonna do this for a little while and then I'm going to make some lunch because I haven't eaten lunch yet, and honestly I don't even know what I want to eat. So that's like my biggest battle of every day, is not knowing what to eat. It's a really gloomy day out. It's raining. It's officially fall, so I feel like the weather listened and I'm very excited about it because now it feels all cozy. I've got my candle going and I don't even think I want to put music on. I think I'm just gonna sit here and try to write. I didn't update you guys on what I wrote yesterday. So yesterday I did 529 words, and now I'm kind of thinking that I want to delete this entire scene and just ignore it. The thing is I sent Peyton the outline. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but I sent the outline to Peyton for her feedback since she's read the book, so I wanted to know if she thought that it was an improvement, if she thought anything was missing or shouldn't be there, and she said everything was good. But as I'm writing this scene, I don't know if it's actually important, and I don't know if I want to keep slogging through it because I was having a lot of difficulty with it yesterday and trying to find like a flow within it. So I don't know if I should just leave it for now and then read over it once I like do a full read through of the book again and then decide if I want it, or if I should just delete it now. I think I'll probably just keep it, honestly, because there's no harm in keeping it for now because it can always just be easily cut next time, and I don't think it's gonna like have many ripple effects going forward, so I don't think it would mean like big revisions if I take this one scene or chapter out. I think it'll be fine if I just leave it in and just try to finish it right now and try to find a flow. Something I've been trying to do recently, especially with these revisions, is that if it's not flowing, I just don't write. And normally I don't say that. Normally I'm like, oh, if it's not going, just like push through it. But for right now, since I'm trying to make this as good as I can and I don't want to have to do big revisions on it later, I'm trying to make sure that I get it as good as I can this first time so that I don't have to do huge edits on it next time. I'm trying to incorporate things that I learned from that writing book, Self-Editing for Fiction Writers. I'm trying to incorporate as much of my knowledge that I got from this book into what I'm currently writing so that I don't have to fix it later, because I already know there's going to be so many things I'm going to have to fix using what I've learned from this earlier on in the book. So I feel like that's why this is taking me longer to do and why I have a lot of low word count days. So I don't know, but I should get to writing because the sprint is now at 19 minutes. I'm going to start writing though and see what I can do with this scene and see if I can turn it around and make it into what I want it to be, because I wanted it to be like quite like an emotional, like her kind of like reminiscing and looking back on something, and I want it to be good. Maybe I'll have to like combine it with like another scene in like later revisions. I don't really know, but I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna get to writing.
The best. Showtime.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I think they're both on Netflix.
They are.
Okay, so it's now actually October 1st, and I'm just here to kind of wrap up this vlog for you guys. So I was really bad at updating throughout the month, but I have some word counts to update you guys on, so let's just get into that. So I think the last time I updated you was on the 23rd, but I didn't tell you guys like my overall word count or anything. So I got 3,862 words on that day, which is great. And then I had a 4-day streak of 0 words. And the reason for that being I had a really busy day on the 24th. I spent over 5 hours editing a video, and then that video ended up getting deleted because the software crashed and I wasn't even done editing the video. So I was busy the entire day, and then I was just really tired and I didn't want to deal with anything. And then the next day I was really tired, and then it was the weekend and I just didn't feel like doing anything. So that was the reason for my 4-day streak of 0 words. But then on the 28th I got 1,551, and then September 29th was 862, and then yesterday was 696. So draft 4, I guess that's what I'm calling it, is now at a total of 83,751 words, and my word count total for the month of September was 15,783 words. Am I particularly happy with these word counts? Not necessarily. Am I happy that I at least made some progress? Yes. I mean, technically I am on track because in my planner I have a rough deadline of finishing the rewrites on the 6th of October, and I think that I can do that. So, I mean, I had a lot more 0-word days than I intended to have, so that sucks. But I've been writing, I'm feeling okay, I felt good about the words that I did yesterday, and I made the conscious decision to stop writing so I could save it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, comment down below and let me know what you guys have been working on writing wise. Subscribe if you've not yet already. I am hoping to post a lot more writing videos coming up. I'm hoping to do a bit more of a balance between authortube and booktube. So if you're here for the writing content, subscribe because I have more coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!